Hola, ¿cómo estás? A ver, bien, 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 esto va a ser épico. Mm, mm, mm. A ver, a ver. A ver, hola, gracias por grande, gracias. Dígame cómo te ve. A ver, dígame cómo te ve el directo. A ver, a ver, ¿te oye o no te oye? Ah, sí, el música. Creo que voy a tener que bajarle por el copyright. A ver, a ver, voy a poner el... A ver, a ver, ¿te ve la guía, no? Dígame si te ve la guía, no. A ver, ahí está. Le puse menos calidad. Poco. Ah, gracias. Le puse menos calidad. Perdón, perdón si te ve ridículo el directo. Pero es para que vaya bien. ¿Cómo están todos? Dígame, ¿cómo están? ¿Están preparados? Muchas gracias a todos los que se encuentran aquí. Todo bien, dígame. Todo bien, dígame. Bien. ¿Están listos para lo que va a anunciar el box? Porque yo sí. Si quieren que le aumente la calidad al directo de Summer Game Fest, por favor dígame. Si quieren que le aumente la calidad al directo de Summer Game Fest, dígame, porfa. A ver qué te hago. A ver, a ver, a ver, a ver. A ver, poder controlar. Ah, a ver. Tengo ya todavía, ¿qué tal? Sí, ya está a punto de empezar. Sí. ¿Me podrían decir cómo va el directo? ¿Te va bien? ¿Te ve bien? Ahí está. Ya estamos iniciando. Oh, sí.
Hello, everybody. It's Jeff Keeley, and welcome to this special Xbox game showcase and our pre show here leading up to the big main showcase that happens in 1 hour at the top of the next hour. Welcome to YouTube Gaming and our exclusive coverage. This obviously is a different year for all of us in 2020. And normally every year I love getting together with everyone around the world to watch all the E3 events. But this year, of course, given where the world's at, we're doing things virtually. Before we get into this, I certainly want to acknowledge everything that is still happening around the world with the COVID pandemic, and certainly hope everyone is safe and feeling okay today and excited about video games, which I think have been a source of comfort for many of us in 2020. So today is really about celebrating games and the future of games and where games are going in the future. You know, this is still a big year for games and that new consoles are launching. And today is all about Xbox and the Xbox Series X, which is coming out this holiday season. Although today is less about hardware and is going to be more about the games. And in our pre show, we've got a lot of great guests joining us to preview what we expect from Xbox. We also have some world premieres and some great new game stuff to show you guys as well. The Xbox story for Series X, of course, started last year at the Game Awards when we revealed the Xbox Series X hardware on stage. I certainly miss memories of
Mucho
thousands of
lag, ¿o
people
no?
together and the excitement of shocking the world with that announcement last year. That was such a special moment that no one had any clue it was about to happen, and we revealed the hardware there. But of course, everyone wants to know about the games that are going to run on the system. And today is all about a game that was
Saludos. A ver,
sort of mentioned in that teaser, Halo Infinite. We are going to get a first look at the gameplay of the campaign of Halo
saludos a
Infinite in the
Chris.
Xbox Game
¿Cómo
Showcase.
estás? Gracias
That's
por estar
something that we're all
aquí.
very excited to see. I'm sure we'll be talking about that a lot over the next hour. And Xbox has already said we're not going to hear a lot about hardware today. We don't expect to hear the release date for Series X. We don't expect to hear about pricing. It really is going to be a showcase all about games and focused a lot more on their first party studios,
Muchas gracias.
meaning games that are
Eh,
coming exclusively to the
muchas gracias,
Xbox
Nathan.
ecosystem, which of course includes Game Pass and PC and even xCloud. There's a lot to talk about, kind of what
Va bien,
Xbox is
pero con
doing with
pequeños
gaming and their
tirones.
approach.
Muchas gracias. Si te
So
ves mal,
as
por
more
favor
comes through,
avísame.
we've
A
got a
ver,
lot of guests. So let's get ready for the countdown.
una
58
cosa.
minutes
Si
away
quieren
from
que
the
le
show.
suba el volumen al
Before we
directo
get
de
to our first
aquí,
world premiere,
díganme,
though,
porfa.
I'm going to welcome some
Yo
folks
les
to the
estaré
show that
escuchando y
joined
si
us
quieren que le
today
suba,
from
le
Xbox.
subo.
So first
Si
up,
quieren que
joining
le
me
baje, le
is my good
bajo.
buddy Jack Septiceye. Jack, welcome to the show.
Hi, it's good to be here. Thankfully, it's a
Great to have you
reasonable
here
hour.
early in the morning in Los Angeles. We've also got Lauren Side here. Lauren, how are you?
Hey, good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Good to see you as well. And finally, we've got a guy who got to go up to Microsoft and check out the Xbox Series X hardware before lockdown. Austin Evans. Austin, good to have you with us, man.
Hey, Jeff, thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, great to have all you guys here. So let's kick things off here by talking about what you want to see from Xbox today. They had an event back in May that people wanted to see even more from. They wanted to see, more
Está
gameplay,
bien
more
el
games.
volumen.
They wanted
Muchas
to see
gracias,
Halo.
primo.
They're going to deliver that today. What are your expectations as fans of games? What do you want to see at the top of the hour from Xbox? Let's start with you, Jack.
Well, I mean, the big elephant in the room, the big chief elephant in the room is everyone just wants to see Halo Infinite. And I'm really curious because I'm not the biggest Halo fan, but even this one has kind of gotten me intrigued and excited. So I'm curious to see about that. I want to see more Hellblade 2 if we're going to get some of that because when we saw that trailer at the Game Awards and we were sitting in that theater and that music kicked in and rocked everyone's socks, I was really impressed with that and seeing what the hardware could kind of do in engine there. I'm a sucker for FromSoft games. My heart's going to be broken when we don't see Elden Ring today, but it's been so long since it was announced. I need to see it somewhere and see that it still exists. And as long as I get a good world premiere, I'll be happy.
World premiere.
Wait. We got the world premiere
A ver,
voice guy actually doing the voice here.
A
When
ver,
we come
creo
to
que
our
van a
first
mostrar
world
un
God,
juego.
premiere. So
it's
I'm
Christmas.
here to take care of you. But yes, as you said, everyone would love to see Elden Ring. Everyone would love to see new game announcements too. You mentioned Halo. Lauren, is that the big thing for you? Like seeing Halo? What are you excited to see?
No, so I feel like Halo was like my first introduction into like first-person shooter games, and why I should
Quieren
not
que le
say that
suba la
because I
calidad
horrible at them.
al
But that was like
directo.
my first
Quieren que le
taste
suba
of
la calidad
first-person
al
shooters.
directo de ahí
That was
que
the
estaba
first
mismo
time realizing I
produciendo.
was terrible at them. I'm really excited. I'm big into like psychological horror games. So the medium, I really, really want to see more about. I want to see gameplay. They haven't told us a whole lot about it, but I'm living for it. Like the Silent Hill music, everything,
Ay,
and
no,
Everwild is
hombre.
another one I'm really
No, no
interested
digas esto.
like to see more about because both
No
of those are
digas
kind of a mystery.
esto.
I haven't seen much on them.
Oh, that's great because as you said, there are lots of other games across the studios. Everwild that they teased last year at EXO from Rare looked really interesting. I agree. Hopefully, we'll get to see something from
Ay,
that. Tim Schafer's
no.
got Psychonauts that they acquired that studio. Hopefully, there'll be an update on that one. And they said Microsoft's got so many studios, so many games across the portfolio that I think we'll get hopefully some new game announcements and also some updates on those
Ay.
existing ones.
Ahora, te cortó. Raro.
Austin, you are one of the
Ah, no. No
the
fue
few
yo,
people I
fue.
think in the world
Fue el,
that
fue el pinche
got to check
directo.
out
Ahora. Dale, no.
Series X, you got, I remember you did sort of, you got to check out Gears,
Te
how that
está
was looking on the hardware.
cocheando. A ver. What? Algo pasó. No. Ay, ahora tengo que esperar a que cargue bien.
And everything like that. So you have a really interesting
No
perspective
más,
on
directo,
this.
no para el mío, directo
What
de
do you want to
acá.
see on Xbox?
Ah,
So,
dale.
I mean, I love the nerdy details, right? I want to see the 120 FPS and the HDR and
Ahí está.
all the ray tracing. I'm really interested in seeing kind of like what this next generation is able to do as far as pushing the envelope forward, right? I mean, look, don't get me wrong. I'm going to be all over Halo. I really want to see what they're able to do, especially considering that that's going to be a game that will be on Xbox One and sort of assuming PC and Series X and kind of seeing how they're able to stretch that. And I'm definitely a huge fan of the Forza franchise, right? I mean, that's sort of been really, you look back at the Xbox One generation for me, I've definitely spent more time playing for the Forza games as well as the Horizon games more than anything else, right? So that's definitely has like a special place in my heart from the gaming side. But what I'm really curious about is getting a really good look at kind of what this new slate of titles look like, right? I mean, obviously we know that there are a bunch of games that are coming out sort of holiday season. I'm assuming we're probably going to see some games kind of teased for the next maybe year or two or whatever the case is. But I really want to see a good sense of what the Xbox Series X is capable of, right? I've seen little bits and pieces. I got to try a couple of tech demos. I know the specs. I know all the kind of the basic stuff. But what I really want to do is kind of see how all of that comes together and brings what this next generation is all about.
Yeah, no, I think
No
that's
le
great.
entiendo
It's,
nada a este
you know,
güey.
they keep saying how
No,
powerful this
hombre.
console is. Like
Te
we've seen
pasaste de lanto a
what this is able
crazy.
to do. And Microsoft's philosophy on Xbox that Phil Spencer has expressed is, you know, a little bit different than PlayStation. That they're saying that all these games are going to show you today conceivably will still work on your current Xbox, will work on PC, and they might, you know, they work better on the new Xbox. But I'm curious for you guys, you know, how does that affect your sort of decision on what you're going to do with Xbox? Like, what's going to cause you to want to upgrade to the next
Ay,
system? Because it's different than, you know,
todavía no
Halo, as you
muestra
said, was
nada.
you
Hombre,
got
ya
the new
muestren
Xbox One, you work on the
algo.
current system. So I assume part of what they have to show today is why it's going to be even better on the next one.
Yeah,
I mean,
I think
that's
for
definitely what I expect.
yeah, I think for me, what I like most about the Xbox that kind of sits in my house is like we always get Sony with their exclusives, and I would love to see some really cool exclusives come out of Microsoft today. It's the thing that people keep talking about all the time. But I love the kind of home entertainment aspect of my Xbox. I love the kind of UI and the speed of the system and kind of sitting down. I use it for everything. I only use my PlayStation for gaming, but I really use my Xbox for almost everything. I watch Netflix on it. I watch movies and I play my 4K Blu-rays and everything on it because my PlayStation couldn't do that. So I'm really curious to see how they evolve kind of the OS of the system and make it snappier and faster, and how you're able to switch between games on the fly and being able to have all of those old games be playable on the new one. They keep talking about backwards compatibility a lot and how that's a big factor for them. And I'm curious to see how far that
A
goes and how many
ver.
games you can really play with that and how far they're pushing it and stuff like Game Pass has come out and it's kind of a game
A la
changer. This is
tuya,
something
por
that
si
I can just go
acaso.
on. I don't
No.
want to buy a new game, but Game Pass is a good way of kind of trying it out and testing it and just downloading it then playing
Traduce no
straight
te
away. And I really love
pregunta.
that aspect. So I want to see
Tampoco yo le
how
entiendo a
far they
este
push
vato,
that.
hijo.
And
Tampoco
xCloud, I
yo le
think,
entiendo. Habla muy
is what
rápido.
their trump card will be this time. At least
Pero
for me
tranquilo,
personally,
a
the way
ver.
I consume the media on my Xbox.
En una hora,
Yeah, no, I think
en
that,
una
as you
hora
said, the
nos
Game Pass
iremos
is
de
another big
aquí.
part of
Bueno,
it.
en
That,
este
you know, a lot
directo
of
de
these
acá
games
de
now come
ellos.
out as part of
De
Game Pass.
aquí
Like
donde
Microsoft has said,
según van a
kind of all
mostrar
of their first party
algo.
titles
Pero
are in Game Pass, and that I think lets people
ahorita
sample more
después,
games, right? It's no
unos
longer
minutos
like it's
antes
about
nos vamos a
$60
tirar de
to
Xbox al
play
que tiene
everything.
Xbox. Ahorita
Also, I
este es
wanted to
un
ask you about
pre-show donde dicen
the
que van a
specs and
mostrar juegos,
the
quién sabe
frame rates and
cuáles.
all that type of stuff.
Pero
You
nos
know,
vamos a
we
tirar de
live in the
Xbox de
world of
LATAM
tech
para que
and, you know,
yo creo que va a
RDNA
haber
architectures and
subtítulos o
whatnot.
algo.
Like, what do you think? What does that all mean to the gamers? Like, how do you think the games are going to be different? Or what are the things we should look for
Ahorita
higher? You know, like ray tracing, things
híjole,
like
todavía
that. Like, what do you think
falta.
are going to be some
Ay,
of the
no.
big leaps that we're
En
going to
unos
see
minutos nos
in some of
vamos
these
a
games
una
moving forward?
conferencia en español.
So I think the interesting way of
No
looking
te
at sort of
alteren.
the previous generation, sort of Xbox One, PS4, going into this new generation, is that it's a much more well-rounded package, right? So you look at something like the Xbox Series X, spec-wise, it is equivalent to a very high-end gaming PC. That's not something we've seen in the console space for a long time, right? You look at the Xbox One, it had good graphics, right? It was able to provide some really impressive games. You look at something like Red Dead 2 running on an original Xbox One. It's really impressive that that was able to be sort of accomplished. But the thing is, this generation, with the Series X, we have not only the SSD, which I think people are going to very quickly get used to, not minute load times, but a few second load times. But also you have that really powerful CPU, which is going to enable these bigger open worlds, sort of more interesting looking physics. And then you have on the graphics side, not only sort of more detailed things, and I think the higher frame rates are something that, especially as more and more TVs are developing that sort of tech, that people are going to really start to appreciate. But also these new features like ray tracing, right? Which are just going to help ground these worlds in a much more sort of realistic sort of location. Like, I guess for me, it's more about making the console a much more complete package, right? You're not sort of sacrificing because you're playing on your PC versus your Xbox or anything. Like, you're going to be getting a very similar level of performance. And in a lot of cases, something like the Series X is going to be significantly more powerful than any other gaming device in your home.
Yep. All right. Well, hopefully we're going to get to see some of that. Lauren, you get the last word here. Anything you're hoping is a surprise today? You talked about some of the games we know about, like the Medium and Everwild. Anything that you're secretly hoping they show here in some way?
I was looking yesterday to see if there was anything I could think of that like they could surprise me with. I've personally been more of like PC gamer, PlayStation. So if they can surprise me and pull me in with more like Xbox exclusives, I mean, Game Pass has been a game changer for me. I've been using that a lot lately. So just like bringing me into that ecosystem, if they can do that, like then they've surprised me. So
no, and that's part of what they're trying to do here. Is you said you can play all this stuff on your PC, you can play on your phone via XCloud, and bringing more games to more people. So as you said, hopefully we'll see a bunch of games today, right? And we know Halo is going to be a big focus. But
Lo
obviously we've
siento,
got a lot of
Crazy.
other things
No puedo
to fill that
YouTube
out.
me ha
All right,
dicho que
well,
no puedo
thanks,
mostrar
Lauren,
este
Austin, and
comentario.
Jack.
Dice,
We will
este
see you
mensaje te ha
guys
retenido
later.
hasta
We'll
que
all
te
be watching
revise.
live.
No
And we
puedo,
do
tiene
have some
palabritas que no
special world
puedo
premieres
mostrar.
throughout this show.
Sorry,
We've got
bro.
a number. I think we've got I think a half dozen things we're going to show you guys over the next 45 minutes here to give you a little preview of some stuff that will be coming
No
to
puedo
Xbox.
mostrar
And we're
este
going to
tipo de
start right
lenguaje.
now
Lo siento,
with
Crazy.
this world premiere announcement. Check it out.
World premiere.
Ah, mira, ahí va un juego, ahí va un juego. A ver. Square Enix. No. Wait, no. 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 Un Dragon Quest. Ay, güey. Un Dragon Quest. A ver, allá hay tus títulos. Que lo estoy el diseñador de juego. Después de 34 años de este 1996, este es el primer juego en la serie creado por Very Latest Dragon Quest 11, creo, sí. It's coming to... Oh, el primer Dragon Quest, güey, aquí en Xbox. No sé si está el primero, corríjame, pero... ¡Chal! Dragon Quest, güey. No, hombre, no. Es un RPG por turno, que ahí verán el gameplay. Muy bonito, miren. Esperando. Ya, cállate. Miren el Dragon Quest. Oh, mira, aquí está el combate. Órale. Estos monstruos parecen Pokémon. Algo así, parecen Pokémon. Muy bonito. Muy bonito. Toma. Ahora. No, hombre.
過去のシリーズの作品の世界を体験できるサブクエストなどのやり込み要素も満載です。いよいよ Xbox プラットフォームに登場する
La-
の RPG
El primer RPG de en Series X. De Nintendo. ¿Cuándo sale?
発売は2020
Oh, 4 de diciembre de 2020.
それではまた。
Adiós. Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass. No, hombre.
There you go, Dragon Quest coming for the first time
A ver,
to
¿qué dicen?
Xbox, and now we're gonna get right into another.
¿Lo vas a
world
comprar?
premiere. This is
No lo
a
voy a
brand
comprar.
new
¿Por
game
qué? Porque
announcement,
tengo Game Pass.
a smaller team
Gracias al
studio
Game
that
Pass.
has
Otra
a
de
new
las
title to
ventajas.
announce today on the pre-show. So take a look at this.
Ahorita pongo uno en español. No te enojes. Ay. A ver, otro juego. Twitter. No. ¿Es Call of Duty? No. Es demasiado bueno para ser Call of Duty. A ver. ¿Qué juego? No, mire los gráficos. Mira, órale. Espérame, a ver. Mira este juego. Mira, no manches, mira cómo se ve, miren. Mira, pura. Ay, no, hombre, esto sí está padrísimo. Miren este dragón. Esto no es Call of Duty. Esto mecha. 2021. Bien épico, muy épico, por cierto.
All right, that's Exomecha, a brand new free-to-play game.
Este juego
coming,
sí lo compro,
in
está muy
late
épico,
2021.
muy
That's a
épico.
first look at that. We do have more new games and some cool stuff. We've got something very cool to wrap up the pre-show as our last premiere that I'm really excited to share with you guys. So stick around. And of course, at the top of the hour, we're going to get a look at a lot of the first-party games from Microsoft, including the world gameplay debut of Halo Infinite. Right now, though, we're going to turn to our second panel to preview what we're hoping, all our hopes and dreams for Xbox today. Joining me first off is Aaron Hansen from the Game Grumps. Aaron, you ready for Blinks?
Oh, dude, you're way ahead of me, brother. I was all blink stuff, and you just brought the heat, man.
You've been waiting all summer for
Sí,
this
como
moment.
dijo
Time
mi
return.
primo,
All
está
right, good to
chido.
have you with us, Aaron.
Está
We got Danny
chidísimo.
O'Dwyer
Ay, no.
from No Clip. Hey, Danny, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, man? I'm just really happy for Aaron to get his blinks. He's been waiting for was it a month since we talked on PlayStation?
Está
Forget
chido, a ver.
all these new studios and
Juego
all these new
chido,
games that all
juego
their
chido.
acquisitions are going to do. It's all about the blinks.
A ver, a la pila.
That
Ay,
time
no.
sucker, right? That's clearly the closer of the show, right? You must know something. And finally, we've got
Híjole.
Lana Pierce joining us.
A
Hey,
ver,
Lana.
¿cuánto le queda?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing great. All right, you're all chipper. We're ready to
Mira
go.
la
This is
chica,
Xbox
dime.
Day. Going to be
A ver,
hopefully
¿cuánto
some
le queda de
excitement
pila a esto?
for all of us with what Xbox has in store. So we joked about Blinks, but Xbox has a lot of franchises, a lot
No,
of history in
43
gaming
de
over the
pila,
past,
no.
20 years. I'm going to open
Loco. A ver.
the same question I had for the last panel.
Esto no va a
What are your
aguantar ni
hopes?
de
What are your
broma.
expectations? What do you want to see from Xbox in this next hour that's going to, convince you that they've got a lot of great stuff and, charting the future of gaming? Aaron, let's take Blinks off the table. Beyond that, what else can I do for you?
A ver, voy a
Well,
tener
if I'm gonna be honest, man,
voy
I
a
want to
tener
know
que
what the heck's
conectarla
going
al
on with
laptop.
Exomecha, because that, I was not expecting
¿Va a
something
salir
like that.
Minecraft
And
2? No, no va a
holy
salir
crap,
Minecraft
Live
2.
action?
that appealed to my 80s, early 90s culture mind. I was just like,
A
it's
ver,
just
espérame, voy a conectarla al
robots
laptop.
punching each other,
No me
and there's a
tardo.
robot dragon, I guess, that breathes fire. Great, I'm in. Let's do it.
All right, so Exomecha clearly at the top of the pile. They've already won you over, Danny. You visit a lot of studios around the world when we can. Hear about them. Hear their stories. No Clip, you do some incredible documentaries. From your perspective, what does Xbox have to do today? What do you want to see in this hour showcase?
Well, we've had Microsoft doing a lot of acquisitions over the past couple of years, and a lot of studios that were sort of working on games, perhaps, or working on smaller games for them. So I think what I'm excited for today is for a bunch of those studios to maybe show something off. So one studio we visited earlier this year was Obsidian, who were working on Grounded. They've been acquired by Microsoft in the interim, or just prior to that. So I'm interested to see if we'll see what everyone hopes, which is a big budget Obsidian role-playing game. That's kind of on my top list of things I'd like to see. And then the other one is what's happened to Fable. Obviously, in the past couple of Lionhead isn't around anymore. There's a lot of rumor that Playground, who work on the Forza series, may have sort of taken up the mantle on that. It's been rumored that they've been working on some sort of open world role-playing game as well. So those are kind of the two that I'm looking to see. And just anything else from the rest of their acquisitions, like Double Fine. I'm sure they're not a small team, so I'm sure they're not running multiple projects, but you never know. Maybe they're in early concept phase on something.
No, I think RPGs is a great genre, right? Where it's like Xbox has done lots of action games, but doing RPG stuff, I think, is an opportunity for them to show some great stuff in the RPG genre. Alana, what's I know you've been fan of Gears, you've been fans of you're excited about Cyberpunk that's coming out. That obviously will be on all systems, but on Xbox as well. What do you want to see from Team Xbox this morning?
Also blinks. No, I'm kidding. I love Fable. I really want a new Fable. Like Danny said, it's rumored that Playground Games are working on it, and I buy that rumor. They hired a lot of people
Ya
from
regresé.
a lot of studios known for
A
making
ver,
really big games, including Rockstar and Guerrilla.
déjame
So
y
I
activo la cámara.
really want to see Fable. I love that world, and I feel like there's
Ahí está,
something
ya
so
regresé.
pleasant about a British RPG, like the humor captured in the original Fable game. I just love so much, and obviously Peter Molyneux would no longer be attached, so that changes things. But that's what I really, really want. Also, really obviously excited to see more Halo. I'm very curious to see if any of the Perfect Dark rumors hold up, because I also love Perfect Dark. But
Sí,
to get
quité
away
la
from Xbox,
cámara
I really
para
want to know more about
ir a
Xbox.
conectar mi
Kind of
laptop.
hoping that we hear a lot more
Tranquilo,
about
ya
Game Pass and
regresé.
what they're planning to do with that in the future after that Game Pass announcement, which is super exciting. So those are my big three.
No, I think you're right. There's such an interesting story there around what's happening with Xbox Live, with Game Pass, this idea of, having a subscription sort of approach, right? Versus buying $60 games time and again. It seems like part of Microsoft's approach is, very Netflix-like, in that you're going to sort of get all these games, all this content, and that'll mean big games, but also, potentially smaller games that people are more likely to sample, which I think is, a huge opportunity here to see a diversity of content. That there'll be some stuff for the super core gamers, but maybe some stuff that's a little broader in its appeal too.
A ver,
Let's
ya.
talk about Halo.
Ya estamos de
They've done a very good
regreso.
job
A
over
ver
the
cuánto
past week hyping
falta.
everyone up around
30 minutos para la
Master Chief's
emoción, para la
return.
verdadera,
Seems like
para
a
lo
bit of a spiritual
fuerte.
reboot in a way
30
of Halo. I mean,
minutos,
we saw the
papucho.
kind of key art, the box art yesterday was like very reminiscent of the original Halo Combat Evolved. We know we're going to see the campaign today. We saw, I think it was last year at E3, we saw kind of we've actually passed two E3s. We saw kind of teaser assets for Infinite. Originally, we saw kind of the engine, and then last year
Ahorita pongo
we
uno
saw
en
kind of sort of
español, no te
in-game
alteres.
sequence, or at least rendered in engine. What do you guys? What are your hopes? What does Halo have to do? Obviously a legendary franchise. I think there's a big opportunity here for them, but it's a very competitive space with first-person action games right now. What do you want to see in a new Halo? What will convince you that Halo's back on top?
Oh.
More Chief, less Lock. That's my number one.
I think we'll get that.
I think so too. I feel like that's something that they've really focused on, and I know that they got a lot of criticism for the story. And then actually, from what I've heard, Halo Infinite's development got pushed a little bit because they reworked the narrative after people were so upset about the lock focus of the last game. Halo's an interesting one, and then I don't want it to shift too far from classic Halo, because that's sort of been with me my whole life. But I would also, same token, like a story like an ODST. I really liked the way that was told. I feel like that's really unlikely, but I want a groundbreaking story. I want something that kicks me in the feels like Reach did or like ODST did. But with the lore and the nerdiness of probably a Halo 2, just as long as Chief's with me the whole way, I'm going to be good though.
Yes, as you said, a focus on Master Chief in terms of the style of gameplay. Danny, we see kind of first-person games going in different directions. Co-op with other sort of aspects to it. The sandbox style of Halo is something that I think people really like, the skirmishes and whatnot in the gameplay. Do you think does that still hold up in 2020, or what do you when you see this demo or gameplay footage, what are you going to be looking for that's going to cue to you like Halo's back?
Yeah, I think that's the big sort of question on this. When we first saw Infinite, it was around the time that big sort of shift into games as a service was happening, where games like The Division and, I mean, Destiny is obviously the sort of most obvious one. We're turning into these platforms that we're getting catered to with new content over and over and over again. And obviously the word Infinite sort of implied something along those lines. So I'm really interested to see, Halo when it first came around, and then when it had its sort of like soft reboot in a way with Halo 3, it's sort of like re-emergence. I feel like it was very much a game that was pushing both single player and multiplayer, and also just a lot of interconnectivity with different types of modes and stuff. So it's always been on this sort of bleeding edge of like gameplay design. And the other side of it that I'm really interested in is just how the Slipspace engine works, because they've had access to the hardware, or they've known what the hardware was going to be like longer than anyone. So really, we always look at the Forzas as the, beautiful showcases for new hardware. But I think in the same way, whatever we see from that gameplay is going to give us a real indication of just how good games can look on this system.
No, that's a great point. I think, as you said, this is hopefully going to be the high bar of what we can look for visually in terms of gameplay and the experience with it. Aaron, are you much of a Halo guy besides the Blink skin or something like that? What's going to convince you that this is the first person action game to get?
Well, for me, Halo's always all been about multiplayer, right? So like, I was never huge for the single player campaigns. I always played online, always played with friends. And the thing that I really hope is that there's sort of like a dedication to the old style of Halo, right? Like, I feel like every game nowadays is like heroes, heroes this, heroes that. And I love Overwatch, but if we're playing Halo, I want to go back to deathmatch. I want to go back to capture the flag, King of the Hill. Like, I'm way into that kind of gameplay. So if they can like modernize that and make it still have that sort of, like it feels new. It doesn't feel like, oh,
Faltan
we're
30
re-releasing
minutos.
Unreal Tournament. That's what I'm looking forward to, is what can they do with multiplayer.
I'll take a re-release of Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, there we go.
Also, I did like Halo 5 multiplayer. I was actually okay with that. I am just more scared about kind of what you said, Danny, that they're going to Destiny-ify the single-player campaign, which is a very profitable thing to do. So I get why studios want to do that, but I'm scared.
Yeah, I know you said how they blend single and multiplayer, and it sounds like they're talking about campaigns. I don't know if we're even going to get much on the multiplayer. So you said how that's all going to blend together and how they're going to kind of explain what it is, right? And that's part of the thing with these streams. Sometimes we see lots of footage, but then we have all these questions afterwards about like, well, what is this? What are we actually seeing? Is that a co-op? Is that single player? So we will have Aaron Greenberg from Xbox is going to join us afterwards to break down some of what we see, and hopefully we'll get some information in the show as well about what they're doing with Halo. All right, guys. Well, thanks for joining us. We will all watch everything together here at the top of the hour. We are about 30 minutes away from the live Xbox game showcase. We don't know where it's going to start or where it's going to end, but the one thing
Mira,
we do
ya ven,
know
faltan
is that
30
Halo
minutos.
Infinite is going to
30
be the
minutos.
countdown
¿Por
clock up there as well,
qué?
so you guys can wait with us. But we've got much more to talk about when we've got some more world premieres to show you guys. Right
A ver,
now,
otra
we've
World
got
Premiere.
an
A ver,
update
quiero
on a
que
game
video.
that is coming out later this year. You just saw it at Ubisoft Forward. Here's a new look at Watch Dogs Legion.
What not Legion, eh? What will you be? A ver, ¿qué onda?
Ladies and gentlemen,
¡Hostia!
it's fucked.
What not Legion. Miren. Taiwano. Órale.
Don't worry, we've got a best man on the case. Because if anyone can fix this mess, it's this smooth bastard super spy.
Órale, pum.
Oh,
Uy,
well,
uy,
looks like
cuánta
we're retreating.
violencia.
It's a state of emergency.
Move in and lock down the city.
In the chaos, private armies have taken the streets.
Albion Security's contract has been extended indefinitely.
Órale.
A crooked spy agency lurks in the shadows.
It's basic tradecraft.
Want to sell a lie, weave it into the truth.
An organized crime has grabbed
Órale.
the whole city
Uy.
by the bollocks.
The Kellys have got a few men.
Ay, no, qué asco. Ah.
I've got to keep track
Oh,
of
ah, no, hombre. Ah.
The government's literally letting Albion shoot us in the street.
Oh.
You need to build a resistance. Recruit anyone in the whole city. And I really mean anyone. Genius hackers.
Mira la tarañita hacker. Ahí bien. Oh, ay. Mira, pues.
Everyday people with something to fight for.
Pobre.
And something unique to offer.
Oh. Oh.
The right person for the job.
Oh. Oh, esto debe doler. Oh, Dios. Oh.
The city needs a resistance. And it starts with you. What do you say?
Yeah, I'm in. Welcome to the resistance.
Oh. Órale. Oh, ah. Oh.
Faces on, guns out. It's about to get real.
Oh. Oh.
Find them.
Ah, mira la viejita asesina. La...
Welcome to the resistance.
Oh. Acabar. 29. Altamente en bacterias.
All right, well, as we've mentioned quite a few times, we are going to get a first look at the campaign of Halo Infinite. And I asked a friend of mine what he wants to see in a brand new Halo. You may know Ninja for many things over the past few years, but he actually started and created quite a stir with all his awesome Halo gaming and gameplay back in the day. So without further ado, let's hear from Ninja about what he wants to see in a brand new Halo. Tyler, take it away.
Ninja. Ninja, no, hombre. Mira la espada de Halo.
If Halo Infinite can just give us a incredible campaign to close out just the classic series with a beautiful ending and a matchmaking / multiplayer system.
Mira, aquí tiene una estatua de Final Fantasy.
It works.
Ninja,
And really
ninja,
amazing,
ninja.
iconic maps. I feel like a lot of people loved the Halo 1, Halo 2, and Halo 3 maps that came out. They just felt so fun, whether it be super bouncing from Halo 2, nading all the weapons off and learning all that.
Una presencia muy inesperada.
The flow of Halo 3. It was just something.
Ah, por cierto que desde ayer Mixer ya no existe, ya. Se acabó. Mixer ya no. Ya no existe.
Right? Give us amazing weaponry, right? Weapon gameplay. Like the Halo 1 classic pistol, the Halo 2 battle rifle, the Halo 3 battle rifle.
Pobre Mixer, decimos todo.
I think it'll be in a really good spot, and I'm just excited to see what they have in store, man.
Awesome. Well, we'll see how much of that comes true, hopefully, at the top of the hour when we get a look at Halo Infinite. Thanks to Ninja for joining us on the show. Now it is time to get to another world premiere, a net new game that you haven't heard about. And this one comes from my home country, my home province of Ontario, Canada. I saw this and got excited about just a brand new game from a smaller studio that you haven't heard about, but I think looks pretty cool. Check out this world premiere.
A ver, a ver. Alcanzó a ver algo, a ver. Órale. Está bonito, a ver. Ay. Espera nomás, espera nomás. Órale. Coco cucumber. Está chida. Órale. Este monstruo se ve chido, mírenlo. Ah. Mira, porque es de estrategia. Bueno, está bien, está bien. Mira. Ahí está el robot, me acuerdo, asesino 5800. Órale, mira. Ay, Dios. Hecho generation. Coming simulation. What?
Definitely some Stranger Things vibes to that one. Echo Generation with the hockey smash. Very exciting. All right, now it's time to get to another world premiere. Check this.
Otra world premiere.
Oh wait, we got YouTube creators first of all. Sorry, I get so excited. I think there are more world premieres coming. We do have more coming. Don't worry. But right now, actually, we're going to hear from a number of YouTube creators around the world to hear what they're looking forward to from Xbox. Hopefully at the top of the hour. So let's check this out.
What's going on, guys? My name is Garu, and I'm a
Garu
content creator
Gamer.
on YouTube.
India,
And today, I'm
India.
so much excited for this Xbox event because with this, we're gonna get ourselves the brand new Halo stuff. And I used to play Halo back in 2011 and 2012, and I just used to spend hours and hours making a map on Halo 3 than actually playing the game. Me and my friends, we used to be like, okay, let's just put that over there, let's put this over there, and literally, we used to come back from school and we used to mess around with maps and all that stuff. And it just used to be a fun game in general. Can anyone forget about the skulls? Like, we used to have to like go ahead and collect them. Like, I could go in for hours on Halo, okay? Because with those skulls, we could actually go ahead and try out different stuff. And there just used to be so many variations in the game on its own. There used to be co-op. There used to be 1v1. King of the Hill, Juggernaut, and so many game modes in general. So I'm super excited for the brand new release of this game, especially for content creators out there. There's going to be so much stuff to make content on, especially, there's going to be campaign, and plus if you guys make content on multiplayer, we can go on replay file
20 minutos. Mira.
on theater mode and capture some cool moments that we actually had in the game.
Mira.
So I really wish in the brand new Halo we get ourselves the co-op game mode with that, the 1v1 still remains, and all the fun game modes that we used to have in Halo 3. I still wish those still remain because that will definitely bring back a lot of memories. So yeah, my name is Garu, and hopefully you guys are excited for this brand new game and for the event. Peace out.
Hey guys, Middle Jesus here.
Metal Versus. Un Guitar Hero. Ahí te ve algo raro. Ah, mira. Mira, la primera Xbox. Mira, esta es la primera Xbox. Te ve un poco dañada, ¿no?
And so many great AAA games as well as hidden gems. And then it became time for the Xbox 360.
Esta es la Xbox 360. La primera consola que tuve, por cierto.
And check this out. This was back when you had to have an external Wi-Fi adapter. It wasn't built into the machine, but man, I have so many great
El
memories.
Gear of War, pero que te fue.
Now, when it comes to the Xbox
Ah, mira,
One,
este es el One X. El One X.
but I eventually did pick up the Xbox One X. You see the Gears edition here. And I have to say, I was blown away by this. It's excellent hardware, and the games are absolutely amazing on it. And so, from what I've seen so far of the Xbox Series X, it appears that Microsoft's going all in on powerful hardware and performance. Plus, they've added a bunch of first-party developers over the last couple of years. And there is that awesome backwards compatibility, which is important for collectors like me. So, yeah, I definitely think it's going to be pretty cool, and I want to learn more.
Bien, bien.
Hola, amigas, amigos, yo soy Antrax.
Ah, mira, Antrax.
¿Qué recuerdos
No, hombre. Mira, este sí te lo escucha.
Este juego hizo mi infancia la más divertida de todas. Recuerdo que con el Halo 3 la campaña me la pasé en todos los modos posibles, en solitario y con amigos. El modo en línea, una chulada, lo mejor del mundo. Después con el Halo Reach lloré con la campaña, las cinemáticas son perfectas. Con Halo 4 recuerdo que mi primer trabajo, entré a trabajar para poder pagar el juego. Y entonces eso me ha causado una gran felicidad todo el tiempo con Halo. Es un juego que hizo mi infancia, mi adolescencia, y estoy seguro que lo voy a jugar hasta que me muera. Y lo que se viene con este nuevo título, nueva entrega, estoy seguro que va a ser lo mejor.
Hey, Summer Game Fest audience.
Ah, mira, este compa lo conozco.
I'm looking forward to them announcing today. So the first one is Halo Infinite. Now, I came into Halo late with Halo 5. I know. But I love it
Así
so
como
much
pusieron subtítulos para Antrax, en inglés debieron habernos puesto a nosotros subtítulos en español.
I want to see it. Number 3, I definitely want to see a Gear 6. This is going to be a game really about revenge and taking the horde out at the center, at the literal core, hopefully for the final time. Now, number 4, since we're talking about Gears, why not a Lego's Gear Saga? You know, they did the Funko Pop thing on mobile, but what about Lego? Like, I would actually like to play that. So they need to announce that today. Finally, Cuphead 2. I know. Now, Cuphead 1 tore me a new one. It's one of the most unforgiving games ever. But for some reason, I just want more. Why do I want more? Yes. Yes, I am.
Lamar fully decked out his Xbox gear, ready for the show. And it was so cool to have gamers from around the world joining us from India and Mexico and obviously here in the United States, because one of the things I think we found this year more than ever is that games bring us together, and people are watching all around the world. So I want to say hello to everyone watching this special event, where hopefully we're all just going to be excited about games as we watch through it. And the stream is coming up in about 18 minutes. You can watch it live right here on this feed. We're going to go right into it, and then immediately afterwards, we've got our exclusive post show with guests, some of the developers featured in the showcase, and Aaron Greenberg from Xbox will be joining us to answer questions. And we'll also have some creators join us as well to grade, see how Xbox did based on our expectations. And we'll also do a poll on Twitter, so make sure to vote on that. But right now, it is time to get to another world premiere. This is a sequel to a game that, if you watch YouTube Let's Plays and YouTube gaming videos, you've probably seen. Check this out.
A ver, world premiere. Oh, miren. Hello neighbor. A ver. Ahí va el compa. Ay, güey. A ver. Una Hello Neighbor, creo. A ver, si no me pego un susto de ahí de los... Ay, güey. ¿Qué era esto? Mira. Está raro. Monstruos, cuervos, todo loco. A ver, cuervo loco. A ver, si no me pega un susto, Porque donde me pegue uno... Ay, Dios. ¡Ay! ¡Córrele! Por ahí, corre. Ay, papu. Córrele. No, córrele. Corre por tu vida. Uy. Vamos, escapa. ¡Ay! ¡Rápido! Te está contando el tiempo el vato. ¡Vámonos! Uy. ¡Ay! Y esta cosa también brinca. ¡No! Hello Neighbor 2.
There it is, Hello Neighbor 2, and we've got some more games still to come, and we are 14 minutes away from the start of the showcase from Xbox. It's going to last almost exactly 1 hour, so there'll be an hour showcase in 15 minutes, and then our post-show afterwards. But right now, we're going to take a look at the ID at Xbox program, a great program this week, actually. If you're on Xbox, there's a Summer Game Fest demo event, over 70 games that you can download and preview for free. One of the big things I wanted to do with Summer Game Fest was give everyone a chance to play more games at home. And I want to thank the team at Xbox for putting that together in these unusual circumstances where we don't have big consumer events to go and play games. But right now, let's take a look at ID at Xbox, and there are some glimpses of some new games in here as well. Check it out.
Otra guapa, a ver. Oh, mira esto. Ay, no, esto no es pacífico. Órale. Mira nomás. Mau dinner. Oh, está raro. Eat at back. A ver, eat at back. Late. Wow. The after. Oh. At the one. 12 minutes. Esto ti estaba chido, Falcone. Cuidado. Oh. Table. Right. Independent game. Only. Feel control and then back one. And bacteric act alter. Eat it back.
There you go, Shredder'd snowboarding game. I miss my SSX, so that one looks really good. And lots of great games coming to the ID at Xbox program that we're excited about. All right, now, though, we have a pretty cool brand new game to show you. This comes from a legendary game creator. And when I saw this and the journey he wants to take us on with this game, I was really excited and honored to have the opportunity to share this with you. So this is a bit of a longer piece, but it takes you into the world of a brand new game from a special creator in Japan. Please check this out.
Otra guapa, a ver.
ハロー Xbox ファンの皆様、スクエアエニックスの中井です。今日は皆様に不思議な物語をお届けに参りました。僕は現在スクエアエニックスにいてバランカンパニーという新しいブランドを立ち上げました。そしてここにいる昔ソニックやナイツを一緒に作った大島直人と20年ぶりにタッグを組んでアクションゲームを作っています。中さんがスクエアエニックスに行くと知った時はびっくりしました。僕も驚いて。しかしこうしてまた一緒にタッグを組んでゲームを作れること、そして僕たちの得意とするゲーム作りとスクエアエニックスが得意とする物語や音楽とが合わさり、誰も体験したことのない新しいゲームを世界中の皆様にお届けできることをとても嬉しく思います。今日僕たちが皆様にお届けするのはアクションゲームの全てを詰め込んだアクションゲームオブアクションゲーム、バランワンダーワールドです。アクションゲームにミュージカルの世界観を持ち込んでボタン一つでたくさんの衣装能力を使い進んでいくゲームになります。苦悩や葛藤、人は誰しもがポジティブな気持ちとネガティブな気持ちのバランスを保ちながら生きています。しかしそのバランスが崩れた時、あなたはバランシアターに迷い込みます。悩める12人のキャストたちの心象世界をあなたはさまざまなアクションを駆使して進んでいきます。アクションの一つ一つが衣装に割り当てられており、その数はなんと80種類を超えます。衣装を次々に着替えながら各ステージに散りばめられた謎を解き、そしてネガティブな気持ちにとらわれてしまったキャストたちの心をあなたの手で取り戻してあげてください。本作は24言語に対応予定です。Xbox One
Bien,
さらに
supongo que ya no mostrarán algo más chido Así que nos tiramos ya al de Xbox en
どちらでも
español.
遊んでいただけるスマートデリバリーにも
A ver.
対応する予定です。世界中の皆様に 4K の最高
Vámonos
画
al
質
que
で
está en
コンサ
español
ート
ahora.
の世界を隅々まで楽しんでいただけます。ワンダーワールドの世界で皆様をお待ちしています。最後に今日は全世界初公開の映像も準備いたしましたので。
Ay, dale. A ver. Minecraft está apreciado. Crítica, da. A ver. Ponemos Latam. Latam porque es Latinoamérica. Aquí está. Este sí es para nosotros. A ver, rápido le pongo que no quiero la calidad más impresionante, ya que te la pongo, ya que si te la pongo muy impresionante nos va a ir mal. Ahora sí, como dirían, ahora sí te viene la chida. Bien, mientras pasa todo esto, voy por agua. Bien, aquí estamos ya. A ver. Bien, espero ya te a ver. ¿Qué va a pasar? Te van a mostrar los juegos que van a salir en el Xbox Series X. Ya va a empezar lo bueno, ahora sí. Ahora sí ya no te vayan de aquí. Ya va a empezar lo bueno. Yeah. Ahora tú te vienes lo chido, hijo. Un minuto. Un minuto. Treinta segundos ya. Catorce, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inicia. A ver, a ver. Para mayores de 18. ¿Qué será? Gilo. Ocho, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Comienza el Game Showcase. El estoy presente. Órale. Halo, no. No te. Oh. Órale. ¿Qué es esto? Órale. Qué raro es esto. Ahora. Una mano, un cuerpo. La mano de un robot. ¡Hala! Mira.
Even though this technology will save humanity in the war to come.
Sí, el traje de Master. Es el traje de Master. Sí, a ver. Mira nomás, que tu gráfico.
Titanium alloy cannot prevail in the face of extinction. Armor cannot hope.
Ahí está.
It all means nothing.
Ahí está, el Master Chief. Vico. Halo Infinite. Ah, mira, vamos a ver la demo. A ver, a ver, a ver. A ver. 28 de mayo del 2000. Días después, 177 días después de que lo perdimos. Wow. Oh.
This isn't happening. I'm going to have to make an emergency landing. Hold on, Chief.
Oh. Oh.
No. No. You. I can't stand this.
Vamos para.
You are. Breathe. No. You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're. Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
3 what?
You'll be safe here.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the banished.
You keep saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with a working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we get away from here. Far.
Wait here.
Oh. Please.
Se encontró la cara.
Let me see what I can find.
Cannons first. When I get back, we can look. Together.
Okay, big guy.
A ver, ahí te ves. Órale. Mira. Wow. Ya no más, güey. Mira los animalitos. Órale, órale. El arma. Uy, todo bien desmoronado. Mira el carro típico de Halo. Órale. Mira nada más. El mapa. Órale. Vamos. Párate por la montaña, no por no. Órale. Órale. Tome. Órale. Órale. Adiós. Órale. Órale. Tome. Uy. Uy. Ah, el que te vio en la pantalla. Oh. Ay, mira cómo van de rápido. Órale. A ver dónde puedo. Órale. No. Va para abajo. Órale. La moto, a los animales. Todas más. Ahora ahí viene también. Órale, órale. 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 Toma, güey. Órale. Pégale. Órale, órale. Mira. Ah, sí. Era cierto lo del gancho. Órale. Corran, va a explotar. Ah, mira, nuevo vehículo, la torreta. Es Halo, compadre. Mr. Kylo, hasta que al fin aparece. Es Halo. Kylo Infinite. Sí, ya lo sé, está un poco lagueado. Pero pues no, bueno, sí hay lag, pero no tanto. Órale, órale, mira, mira, mira. El enemigo, mira. Es Halo Infinite.
We are one step ahead. Always. The rain is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox.
Los tres arcos.
Lost. Alone.
Alone.
Here you now stand.
Ay.
This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both. Set a fire in your heart, Spartan. Bare your fangs.
Ay, no.
Fight hard. Die well.
Ay, no. Halo Infinite, Holiday, todavía no. Todavía no nos dice la fecha. Vaya. Todavía no. A ver. Report read in the thread.
Me siento muy orgulloso del equipo de 343 y les compartiremos un vistazo de las batallas épicas que les esperan en el próximo viaje del jefe maestro. Esta es la campaña más ambiciosa que hemos creado en 343. Por primera vez los jugadores podrán explorar un nuevo anillo Halo, varias veces mayor que los dos anteriores combinados. Halo Infinite se ha construido desde cero para aprovechar al máximo Xbox Series X. Batallas más grandes, vistas épicas, efectos visuales más complejos con un poder de procesamiento 10 veces mayor por píxel que Halo 5, que correrá a 60 cuadros por segundo y nos permitirá darle vida a Halo Ring como nunca antes. En los próximos meses les compartiremos más sobre Halo Infinite, incluso el primer vistazo al multijugador, pero ahora veamos qué han hecho otros en la familia de la serie Halo.
Bien, ya. Sí estoy en español porque la otra persona lo está interpretando. Ahora vamos. Bien. Parece... Ay, Dios mío. Ay, güey. No manches, lo espanto. ¿Qué onda? Está bien raro este juego, a ver. Hay mucha sangre. Ay, qué asco. Ay, pobre lobo. A ver. ¿Qué rayos? Esta cosa es un venado Tom. ¡Oh! ¡Este es Omnicate 3! Venado zombie comiéndose a un lobo. O sea, la cadena alimenticia cambió.
Bienvenidos a todos al showcase de juegos de Xbox. Hoy mostraremos juegos de 9 de nuestros 15 Xbox Game Studios.
Ok.
Incluso revelaciones de 5 nuevos juegos de First Party. Hoy verán
Le
cómo
tuvo.
Xbox Game Studios están
Muy
tomando
bien.
sus
Muchas
vacíos
gracias, Mr. Kylo, por
para
decirme
darle
que le
vida a sus
tuviera.
sueños. Creemos que la forma en que buscas un juego es tan importante como el dispositivo en el que lo juegas.
La persona, no,
Xbox
la
Game
chica no se
Pass
escucha
es la
tan
mejor
fuerte.
forma de descubrir y jugar. Y
La
queremos
que
que
está
ustedes
hablando no
puedan
se escucha muy
experimentar
fuerte.
tantos juegos como sea posible. Los miembros de Game Pass pueden jugar todos los juegos que vean
El
hoy,
venado
desde su
zombie,
suscripción
no, hombre.
o free to play. Estos
Hombre,
juegos se
venado
verán y
zombie.
correrán mejor en Xbox Series X. Les darán fidelidad, desempeño, precisión e inmersión sin igual. Diseñamos la consola de próxima generación más potente y una plataforma de tecnología de vanguardia para que todos los desarrolladores puedan cumplir su visión. Un estudio que siempre ha empujado los límites de nuestro hardware es Turn 10. Ellos están empezando a desarrollar el próximo Forza Motorsport y Xbox Series X los está acercando a su sueño. Con realismo sin precedentes, trazado de rayos y resolución 4K nativo, todo en 60 cuadros por segundo. El siguiente corto fue captado completamente en motor.
El venado zombie ahí gritándole.
Estreno mundial.
Estreno mundial, a ver. Porta, Motorsport. Porta. Va a ser un Porta. A ver. Porta Motorsport. Bueno, no sé si sea el Porta Motorsport o Porta Horizon. Supongo que es Motorsport. Sí, corta, por. Le mató el 8. A ver. Rey. A ver, atentos a Rey. Atentos. Creo que es Everwild.
Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it.
A ti es Everwild. Por los
But
pajaritos.
only a few truly feel it. It is found in the smallest moments. In every step of a perilous journey.
Ya, tranquilo, amiguito, no te espantes.
In the symmetry of ritual. In the bonds we share. And in moments of stillness. It teaches us to look beyond the expected.
Yeah. Hombre, qué rayo.
To be a light in dark places. To seek answers. And to stand watch over our world. Our world has a rhythm. We all sense it. But only a few truly feel it.
Everwild les dará un mundo mágico, natural, silvestre para que exploren y simplemente se pierdan en él. Es un lugar donde ser. Y Eternal tiene el don de sentir el flujo mágico a través de la naturaleza y conectarse con cada ser vivo. El equipo de Rare está muy emocionado de trabajar en Everwild y espero que ustedes también estén emocionados. Quisiera tomar la oportunidad para agradecerles muchísimo a todos por demostrar su apoyo, su amor y por la comunidad tan increíble que ya está creciendo en torno a este juego. Muchísimas gracias.
Otro. A ver.
Whoa. I just got hit with a flood of memories.
Love you,
Creo que
Mom.
la invita a Rey.
You seeing what I'm seeing?
Mom?
Allison?
Yeah. It doesn't matter that they don't
A
believe
ver,
us.
¿qué dijo el muerte?
We all believed that what happened that night was self-defense. But we couldn't be sure.
Pues ahorita el Everwild y el Halo. Aunque se ve interesante el
Brother,
State of Decay,
sister,
pero
we look out for each other.
It
Creo
doesn't
que es
matter
otro
that finding the
capítulo de Life
truth
is the Rey.
feels impossible.
We're all done with fairy tales.
The only thing that matters is you're my brother. And the only way to move forward is to keep looking back.
We've been getting these visions whenever we see or hear something really emotional. Everything we thought we knew about Marianne just got thrown out the window.
She loved you. She attacked you. We both saw it.
I thought coming here would be closing a chapter of our lives.
Ah, por cierto, Mr.
Nothing
Taylor.
good comes from stirring up old
Mostraron un
memories.
nuevo Hace rato mostraron el
We don't
Halo
really have a
Diamond
choice about that.
Dawn.
There's always a choice, son.
I can't do this. Stop!
Ah, tell my wife. Capítulo 1, agosto 27. Otro. Sí, pum. Juego. A ver. Moon Studio. A ver qué.
Hola a todos. Soy Gennady, cofundador y director de tecnología en Moon Studios. Hoy nos emociona decirles que estamos trabajando en una versión muy especial de Ori and the Will of the Wisps,
una versión
específicamente para Xbox Series X. Estamos en un momento en el que ya podemos tener velocidad de cuadros que antes eran imposibles en cualquier consola. En un juego que ya es hermoso como Ori, ahora podemos correr con una frecuencia de actualización de 120 Hz en la más alta calidad y tenemos una sensación de juego muy lisa y suave, una imagen nítida y latencia de entrada muy baja, que es tan importante para la sensación tan precisión y justa del juego. También podemos aumentar la inmersión en diferentes espacios utilizando tecnología de audio premium que antes simplemente no se veía. Y con todo este poder de hardware, le podemos dar a nuestros jugadores más opciones sobre cómo jugar nuestro juego. Nos emociona mucho que experimenten esta nueva versión de Ori, que llegará a Xbox Series X a través de Smart Delivery este año.
Ninguno nos quiere decir la fecha del lanzamiento. Remain divided.
From the furthest reaches of the universe comes the biggest mystery in the galaxy.
An abandoned research facility, and now shady corporate intrigue.
Marvel of the Gorgon asteroid. A sordid stopover, full of salacious secrets and scandalous strangers.
Greetings, attractive patron. You are looking downright unlawful today.
With the right kind of case,
They wanted us to develop a miracle drug.
can put you on the wrong side of a gun or sword or this thing. Thrills, danger, intrigue.
A word of advice before you go, Captain? Trust no one.
What will you find on Gorgon?
This unit cannot bring you any drinks in its current state.
Septiembre 9. Muy bien. A ver. Ah, mira. Este es el
If
juego.
you're waiting for the biggest game
Este
of
juego
the
ya mata
year, then wait for Cyberpunk.
Ahora.
But if you're ready for the smallest, we've got you covered. From Obsidian Entertainment, the makers of games that are nothing like this one. This summer, strive together to thrive together. Or just feed your friend to the spiders and go solo.
Nunca ir hasta casa. Ground.
En Obsidian nos dedicamos a impulsar la narrativa en el juego de rol. Lo hacemos a diario en la oficina. Nos emociona que vivan la próxima aventura Peril on Gordon. Es el primero de 2 paquetes de expansión y estamos trabajando en ello con nuestros amigos de la división privada. También es importante que sigamos evolucionando en cómo contamos historias, y Grounded es el ejemplo perfecto. Llevan 2 años trabajando en cómo contar una historia en un juego de supervivencia. Van a poder jugar el juego el 28 de julio en Xbox Game Preview y también en el acceso anticipado de Steam. Por cierto, si se lo han preguntado, sí hemos trabajado en la siguiente ciudad de juego de rol. Miren esto.
A ver.
Estreno mundial.
We have always known war. It forged our empire. Turned heroes into queens and kings. And decimated our foes. Now our oaths are lost, forsaken. And you must face the monsters our sins have borne. Is an oath worth the weight of a crown?
Avowed es un juego de rol expansivo en primera persona, ubicado en el mundo fantástico de Eora. Cuando Obsidian Entertainment se unió a Xbox Studios, nos dijeron que este juego épico era el que querían crear. Como creadores de juegos de rol aclamados por la crítica, esto es lo mejor de Obsidian. Ha sido creado desde cero para aprovechar al máximo el poder de Xbox Series X. En Xbox Game Studios también trabajamos con desarrolladores independientes, siempre con el objetivo de empoderarlos y que hagan realidad sus ideas. Me emociona anunciar nuestro trabajo contra Interior Night, un estudio nuevo con los mejores narradores de la industria. Les presento a Caroline Marshall, que trabaja en Interior Night. Hola, soy Caroline de Interior Night. Nuestro equipo se apasiona mucho sobre las narraciones interactivas, porque cuando juegas una historia, te metes en el papel de esa persona, experimentas sus emociones, esperanzas, miedos, conflictos de primera mano. Y en el proceso aprendes más sobre ti mismo y esto es muy poderoso. Nuestro primer juego dura 30 años en el sureste de Estados Unidos. Es una historia sobre la familia, la resiliencia y el sacrificio, pero sobre todo es sobre cómo tú vas a definir el destino de los personajes que buscan encontrar su camino en un mundo donde no encajan. Espero que disfruten el corto. Estreno mundial.
Fortune, fortune, smile and fade. I haven't seen you much of late. I need you now, cannot wait. But when I look, you're not around.
We were on our way to start a new life that summer. For our family, it was just a stopover.
For mine, it was the end of the road.
On the ground, now!
The sun went down on all of us that day. Was it fate? Coincidence? No. It was a long-forgotten secret, buried in the dark.
All my life, I've been scared of the shadows. But now, I'm finally ready to step into the light. I got your letters.
Ninja Theory van a mostrar
En Ninja
Hellblade.
Theory estamos trabajando duro en todos nuestros proyectos, incluyendo la saga de Senua Hellblade 2 que anunciamos en la premiación de juegos en diciembre. 3.5 millones de jugadores ya experimentaron la historia de Senua en Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice. Nos emociona darles un vistazo sobre lo que sigue para nuestra guerrera celta. Una experiencia que construiremos en Unreal Engine 5 para Xbox Series X y PC. Me complace anunciar hoy que Senua Saga ocurrirá en el hermoso país de Islandia. Y ustedes pueden saber más sobre la búsqueda de la ubicación y su historia en un diario de desarrollador tras las bambalinas que pueden ver directamente después del show en el canal de YouTube de Ninja Theory. Nos ha conmovido mucho ver el impacto que ha tenido Senua's Sacrifice en tantos jugadores y les agradecemos muchísimo a todos los fans que han formado parte de la historia hasta este momento. Nos emociona que participen en la segunda parte del viaje. ¿Quieren saludar a Peter? Está ahí. ¿Qué? ¿Peter ha estado ahí todo el tiempo? ¿Quién escribió la canción? Peter. Wow, excelente trabajo. Me encanta la canción. Va a ser divertido cantarla. Bueno, pues ahora hay que rockear, ¿no? ¿Comenzamos?
Probably been a long time since you've had a visitor. I hope you don't mind pop-ins. Where are we?
Shh. It's a quiet place. Lost alone, neither skin nor bone. Just a thought is all I've got. Now my cover's blown. At the bottom of a lake, a frozen feeling. When my friends pulled me back up, I started healing. Feel out the galaxy and hear the flow of time. Been so tense, but now I sense a reason to this rhyme. And I can smell the universe, and I can taste the sky, and I can see each molecule through my cosmic eye. Senses are the magic keys. They fill the holes I've had, unlocking all my memories, which I never
intentional.
Ya queremos que experimenten los juegos que ha creado Xbox Game Studios y hay tanto que jugar en Xbox. Nos estamos aliando con miles de creadores, desde los más grandes hasta los desarrolladores más pequeños e independientes, para darles la mayor variedad de juegos posible. Hay un desarrollador en especial que es muy cercano a nosotros, geográfica e históricamente. Este otoño, nuestros amigos de Bungie traerán Destiny 2 a Xbox Series X y a Game Pass. Si son uno de los más de 10 millones de suscriptores de Game Pass, también van a poder tener acceso a todas las experiencias de Destiny 2 en septiembre. Para los miembros de Game Pass Ultimate también van a poder jugar de manera móvil y en línea. Después de este año, Bungie va a lanzar una nueva versión de Destiny 2, optimizado por Xbox Series X con una resolución de 4K 60 cuadros por segundo. Aquí hay un vistazo de Destiny 2 Beyond Light.
I've seen terrible things born out in the darkness. Every moment brings them closer. It's time to step beyond the light.
Este es Destiny 2 y lo puedes jugar donde quieras gracias a Xbox Game Pass. Algunos de los desarrolladores más inspiradores están trabajando en juegos para Xbox Series X y nos honra poder colaborar con ellos. Xbox Series X empodera a nuevos creadores para darle vida a sus creaciones como nunca antes, perspectivas únicas, innovación inesperada y voces nuevas que quieren ser escuchadas. Ya queremos que las descubran. Todos los juegos que están por ver están construyéndose para lanzarse exclusivamente en consolas Xbox. Que lo disfruten.
Ya pues, cállate.
Estreno mundial.
Lanzamiento exclusivo de consola. Ojo, este solo va a salir en consola. A ver, mi amor. Ojito, interesante. Rama interesante. Ojito con el drama.
Estreno mundial.
Ahí está. Este tú tienes el control de la película. Sí. Adelantamiento operado. Tola nada más.
My Lord Inquisitor, I've reached a term of prime and begun our investigations. Our recon squad has been sent into sub-level 6 of the Hive to determine the full extent of the unrest. I'll know more when they make it back. If they make it back.
Estreno mundial.
A ver.
When you were born, something changed. My heart could not contain the miracle of this world and all that it creates. With every passing day, the winds might grow stronger. Gets away, but we will hold on to it to light the way, to keep the reminder that love does not escape. I'm yours forever. There is no end in sight for us.
Otro Tetris, no. Ay.
Strength inside our hearts, it's all connected. We're all together in this love, don't you forget it. We're all connected in this love.
Sí. Tetris Effect, mana.
Estreno mundial.
Approaching orbit. Scan's a no-go. Sure you want to drop here?
Oh yeah. Already lacing up my boots back here.
What we got? Another good-for-nothing space rock?
Whoa. Hold on, let me check.
Find anything good?
Vex, you're not gonna believe this. Ouch! What the?
It all starts with a dead girl. A forest. The moon. Scent of pines. And then the gunshot. Every story has two sides. A regular, rational one.
Ay, ya regresé, chicos. Se fue la luz. No más.
Not unlike a nightmare. I can see both. Worse, I can link them.
Hello? Anyone there?
What is this place?
Estreno mundial.
Ah, mira, ya te ven bien todo. Qué raro. Tenga. A ver. Mira ahora sí va. Una rapete. Se ve bien, se ve bien. Quiere ver la ñeca tuya.
Luis Torres. I've seen your future. Global risk is scared of the weapon you will become.
Destiny chose me to save this world. And I will see it done.
Blacklist, we make our own path. We protect our own.
Can you protect me from fate?
17 seconds.
We got company.
Soon, the entire world will burn. All because of him.
The ghost is here!
Hoy vieron 10 estrenos mundiales y 22 lanzamientos exclusivos en consola. Los miembros de Game Pass pueden jugar todos los juegos que vieron hoy, desde Xbox Game Studios y todos nuestros socios, con suscripción o free to play. Esto es tan solo un vistazo de los nuevos títulos que llegan a Xbox Series X. Y algunos de los juegos que ya conocen, otros son nuevos, todos serán optimizados para Xbox Series X. Juegos como Forza Horizon 4, Gears 5 y Sea of Thieves. Ustedes tendrán las actualizaciones de próxima generación sin costo adicional en el momento del lanzamiento. Pueden esperar una gama de más de 100 títulos para Xbox Series X en las próximas vacaciones. Con Series X y Game Pass, Xbox es el lugar para jugar y ustedes están en el centro de todo lo que hacemos. Habrán notado que no visitamos todos nuestros juegos y eso significa que tenemos más que compartir este año. Hasta entonces los dejo con una cosa más. Estreno mundial.
A ver, pues, qué chido. Por favor. Playground.
The world is filled with stories of legendary heroes and treacherous villains.
Sí, por favor.
Of fantastical creatures and wondrous places where nature and magic live in perfect harmony.
Ay.
Not all stories have happy endings. But yours has yet to be written.
Sí. No babagno cazzo. No babagno cazzo. Perché? No babagno cazzo. No babagno cazzo. Perché non mi mostrano mi bagno cazzo? Perché? No babagno cazzo. A ver, este mensaje de Mr. Kylo tuvo algo porque no puede. No puedo mostrar este comentario, Mr. Kylo. Tiene malas palabritas.
Take flight. Smoke's down.
Ay, hambre.
GTA 6.
Ya te acabó. Se acabó, a ver, ¿qué está esto? Ahí está. No me baño Kazooie. ¿Por qué? No me baño Kazooie. Ah, jaja, no me baño Kazooie. Bien. Bueno, supongo que esto fue todo por ahora. Ay, deja de decir groserías, Mr. Kyle. Esto fue todo por hoy. Espero les haya gustado el directo. Los que vieron, gracias por estar conmigo. Y nos vemos en el siguiente, en un próximo directo o lo que sea. Adiós.